guys, so I forgot to do an intro and an outro to this video. So basically it's all about just me creating the Chelsea smile that I did, I think it was last year for Halloween. So yeah, I'm just recreating that. It's my first special effects makeup tutorial, so it's okay. Could be better, I suppose. But yeah, so if you want to see how I created the Chelsea smile, then obviously just carry on watching. So to start out, I'm just sort of tracing out where I want the scars to be, using like a white eyeliner pencil. And then I'm just taking some liquid latex on this sponge, and then I'm just sort of placing it over where I want the scars to be, just to make it a little bit tackier for the scar wax to stick down to. So then taking the nose and scar wax from Ben Nye, I'm literally just taking like a small chunk of it out, sort of flattening it into like a flat sausage shape-ish. And then just sort of like sticking it down and then sort of smoothing it out, so it blends into my skin quite well. And obviously I'm using the Vaseline to because obviously it just sticks to you and it's really annoying. So I'm just using the Vaseline to sort of like make sure it doesn't stick and like smooth it all down, and yeah, you get the gist. Then taking the sharper-ish end of the spatula, with a little bit of Vaseline on, I obviously did the cut in it, and I had to be like really careful when doing this. Obviously sort of do it gradually, otherwise it will literally just pull the wax off your face, and then that'd be really annoying, so then you have to do it again and it's so long-winded. So yeah, just be really careful when doing that, because I did the mistake of doing it really fast the first time and cocked it up basically. So learn from your mistakes. And I've tried to not cut as much out of this video as possible. I've just sort of like sped up, that's how you say it, speeded up most of the clips, just so you can sort of see basically what I've done. I just tried to keep as much of it in there so you can say exactly what I've done. Obviously it's quite long-winded. It was pretty much like an hour or more of footage, and obviously I couldn't really leave that in there, so I had to sort of shorten it as much as I possibly could. So I've tried to leave as much in there for you guys, but obviously I'll know for next time. Just let me know if it's not enough. Then when I'm happy with obviously like the shape of the scar and everything like that, I just took some translucent powder. The only powder I had was my Laura Mercier one, which I'm kind of annoyed about because it's kind of expensive-ish. But obviously literally I used to just use talcum powder, any sort of translucent powder would be absolutely fine, just to sort of take away the shine and the stickiness of the wax and the Vaseline, just to help obviously like paint and other things like that to stick to your face. Then I'm just taking my Mayron Bruise Wheel, and I'm going to be taking the blue shade first and then the red shade afterwards as well. The reason I did it this way is to make it seem like obviously the cut is deeper than it actually is. So obviously like the blue will make it look darker inside, so like deeper, and obviously you put the red over the top obviously to make it look like actual flesh and blood, and then obviously add the blood afterwards as well. And I did just take like a tiniest bit of the red shade from the Bruise Wheel on the corner of the sponge, just to sort of dab around the lacerated area, just to obviously make it look a bit irritated and things like that, and obviously as well to sort of blend in the wax to my skin a bit more, because it was a bit lighter than my actual skin. So I feel like you can notice it a bit, but I feel like this way it sort of camouflaged it a bit better. Then I'm just taking this Mayron coagulated, is that how you say it? Coagulated blood gel, to just sort of like put in the cut using a paintbrush, like a really thin one. And then obviously I will add a little bit more blood later on. It's just to sort of get the effect and just so I could see what it looked like. So you can add as much blood as you want. So then moving on to the other side of my face, I'm literally just repeating the same steps over again. I will zoom in the camera a bit more when I'm doing so like the paint and the blood on this side, just so you can sort of see it a bit closer up. But I'm just going to speed through this part as well, just making the scar and everything like that. So obviously you saw it on the other side, so you'll get the idea of what I'm trying to do. And I actually find it really hard to try and do this makeup look. I don't know if it's because obviously like trying to flatten something on your cheeks is really hard because obviously it's really squishy. So I don't know, it was literally like my second time of doing it. I literally did it all, I had to take it all off because it wasn't working, and so this was like the second time round. So now for the close-up bit, I for some reason didn't film the part of me making it look like irritated skin on this side, but obviously you saw me do it a bit on the other side. But yeah, I feel like it looks kind of cool, to be honest, but it sort of looks like I've had an allergic reaction to something, but I suppose that's kind of good. So yeah, so I'm just going to repeat, obviously doing the blue down first inside the cut, and then obviously I'll go over it with red, and obviously trying to cover up the sides of the inside of the cut, if that makes sense, with the red as well, obviously just to make it actually look like skin and not clear light coloured wax. Yeah, so the bits on this side I haven't actually sped up, so I've actually kept quite a lot of it in, of me doing the paint and adding the blood and everything, just so you can sort of see a bit of real time of like how precise and slow I am at doing my makeup. Honestly, it takes me so long, but I think I'm just so picky with it, a bit OCD sort of, so I just would rather spend a little bit more time on it if I know it's going to look a bit better, sort of thing. Also, when putting the blood in, I did sort of change the direction of the brush. Instead of sort of doing it within the cut, I was sort of making the actual cut look a bit sort of jaggedy and not as like clean cut, if that makes sense. I don't really know how to explain it, but just angle the brush differently to make it look a bit more serrated, or look like it's been cut by a serrated knife. And then here's when I add obviously like more blood. I was kind of hoping that it'd be dripping like the last time I did this makeup look, but I don't know, I feel like the blood just seemed like a lot thicker than it was before, because it just was not wanting to drip. So I'd seem to like shove loads of blood on there, and it just sort of, I don't know, I wish I didn't have, like I wouldn't have put as much on there, because I feel like it would look better, like less is more sort of thing. But it still looks, I feel like I still looked okay. I just wish I had a bit more drippy blood, but it's the only blood I've got. But oh well, work with what I've got, it's fine. And then last but not least, all I did is just take what was left on that small brush that I was painting with the blue, and just sort of painted it just around the outer corners of my mouth, just the tiniest bit, just to sort of make it look a bit bruised, so I just felt like it was missing something, like my lips was just too sort of clean to have these cuts on the side of my face. So I just sort of tried to make it look a little bit better. I don't know if it does, but I liked how it turned out, so that's all that matters. It's fine. But yeah, and then obviously I did just try and make the ends of the cuts, can you say, just a little tiny bit more sharper, and try and make the cuts like a tiniest little bit longer as well, because I feel like they were quite short, tiny little cuts compared to last time anyway. So this is the final result then. For some reason I don't really have that many sort of like posy pictures of this makeup look, so it's literally just this tiny little clip, but I hope you've enjoyed this special effects makeup tutorial. I actually kind of enjoyed making it, just hate the fact that it's taken me like near on a month now to edit it, which is ridiculous. I don't even believe that I've done that, but next time I promise, film it, edit it, get it up within the same day or two. So determined. But thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.